race one at Randwick yesterday was running of the Dulcify quality over 1800 metres. It's one of the traditional lead-ups to the Spring Champion Stakes in a couple of weeks, and we had Rhino Chaser beating Emperor Bonaparte yesterday. And anything impress you in that, mate?
Without doubt, Rhino Chaser was sensational winning that race. I think they probably treated the race as more of a track work gallop than a race. I mean, it was pretty much run to correct some of his problems, problems that could cost him a Group 1. Look, it did the trick. He bounced out of the gate. I think he began quicker than anything else. But what it did do was it meant that he pulled in the race, and I think that's probably the reality of the hard run that he had, has perhaps taken a back seat to some of the other performances around him. Don't underestimate the quality of that win. The horse was ridden upside down to what he's used to, and as I said, pulled, so it was a fantastic win. I think the horse is probably the only legitimate chance to knock off Predatory Pricing in the Spring Champion. I think getting over to that sort of distance, Rhino Chaser will really lap up that race, and I can really see him winning that race, but all that's standing in his way is Predatory Pricer at the moment. But I think, bigger fish to fry again in Melbourne for Rhino Chaser. Look for him over 2,500 metres at Flemington in the Victoria Derby, and God, I think he'll just be charging down the straight there as well. Emperor Bonaparte, it's a horse that Suman is going to give a rap, so I won't steal his thunder too much. But just to say that I thought the effort had plenty of merit in it when you consider that the horse looked shocking going to the gates. He was dripping with sweat. I thought ran his race before the barriers broke, so for him to get so close was a great effort. I think now he's missing the Spring Champion, going straight to the Norman Robinson and then on to the Derby, so he'll be most competitive there as well. But I guess, as I said last week, we all have our horses, and if I'm to take one out of that race, mine certainly is Rhino Chaser.
Okay, so
very good effort yesterday by Rhino Chaser. He was ridden like a good thing, and he won like a good thing. He's a horse that's shown a lot of talent even as a 2-year-old. By Catcher in the Rye, who's done we alluded to last week, has done a very good job from inferior cheap mares. Unfortunate he's not here at the moment. The second horse is the one that I'd like to focus on. His run yesterday was outstanding. He missed the start badly, and was giving them, I think, 3 lengths off the start, and finished the race very, very well by Monsieur, a horse that's got a very progressive pedigree, a pedigree which says 1.5 miles all over it. I think he's going to be the one that, as the distances increase, he's going to really assert himself. I think it's a shame that they're not running him in the Spring Champion, because even though he gave Rhino Chaser 2 kilos yesterday, received 2 kilos from Rhino Chaser, I think as the distances increase, he's going to be the better of the two. I think I think the winner is up to this distance. That's about right for him. I think once he gets over a little bit further, they might find him out. He's not got a really stout pedigree, so, but that's just my opinion. I think the Emperor Bonaparte, I know as a 2-year-old, was sprouted as a horse of enormous ability. I'd like to give his trainer David Payne a rap. He just has so many nice horses coming through, and he always has some good horses in his yard. Everyone talks about his ability with fillies, and we know that he's got a stack of good fillies out there, but he's just a very, very good trainer in general, and you don't win as many premierships as he's won, albeit in South Africa, unless you're a gun trainer, and he just continues to do the job.
You've heard about his bull party, haven't you?
I'll leave that one to you, mate. As for the other runners, one I'd like to talk about is Like Father, Like Son. He's a horse that was spruiked as a 2-year-old as something special. I never had any opinion of the horse. I do not have an opinion of his sire Reset. I think he's overpriced, and I think that he's going to be one that will fall by the wayside as the years go. So
what you really think, Tim?
Well, that's what we're here for. So I mean, the horse was purchased for ridiculous money and stood for a fee that's way too high, and I think you'll see as the years pass that he's going to be a mediocre stallion. Okay,
not much to add to what you guys already said about this race. There wasn't a great deal of depth in the race. There was only 7 runners, some of them, just provincial maiden type gallopers. But I concur with both you two that the first and second horses in a race were the ones to follow out of it. As far as the better 3-year-old staying races, is Spring go.
What a race the Victoria Derby's looking like being. It is shaping as a fantastic race.
It really is.
You've got Melbourne, Hubagotchi and Carnero who are going to be enormously hard to beat. A couple of good horses.
Yeah, we're going to cover those two extensively a little later, but I'm a little bit surprised too they're sending Emperor Bonaparte to Melbourne.
Yeah, me too.
I'd keep him here for one more race, and it is a Group 1 race, so why not have a crack at that?
It's the backup though. It's the trainer. You've got to back the trainer that he's making the call that the horse will be better suited to a 2-week break into the normal.
Yeah, but he hardly had a run last week because Ryder lost his irons and he didn't take part in the last 800 metres of the race.
It's the backup next week.
And this week.
Yeah, I know. So it wouldn't be like as if, But anyway, look. He's going to obviously the main goal for that horse is the VRC Derby, and that's what David alluded to.
Victoria Derby. Everyone calls it the VRC Derby. It's not the VRC Derby. It's the Victoria Derby.
I stand corrected.
Jeez,
either way,
parking inspector.
It's one of the biggest myths in racing. The VRC Derby.
Along with Weekend Hustler, the biggest myth. But anyway, we'll get to that another day.
But there is a thing with horses for courses, and he's a Sydney horse, and you'd think that. He would do his best racing here. So I think that, again, I've given David a rap, so he knows the horse better than us. But for mine, I'd be very, very much tempted with the Spring Champion because I think he's a horse that he's a very progressive horse. And
there's not going to be a lot of depth in there. Outside the horses we've already spoken about, Rhino Chaser and Predatory Price.
You couldn't beat either of those two.
I really can't think of any.
I wouldn't be as adamant. I would certainly not.
That's not why he's missing the race. I think he's missed the race. We trust David Payne to know what's best.
Paddy, the big thing is that these horses they haven't raced at 2,000 metres, so we don't know the variances. Like there's a difference between 16 and 18. There's a difference between 18 and 2,000. And as the distance.
But they're only going to be meeting these same sort of opposition, Suman.
No, that's right. What I'm saying is that to say that
the others placing behind them aren't going to beat them over 2,000.
No. What he's saying is that they're not going to beat Rhino Chaser and Predatory Pricer. What I'm saying is this bloke could beat them.
He could. Yeah. That's why I'd rather him be here in Sydney to just to add a little more bit more depth to the race. But anyway, enough said about the Dulcify quality. Thank you very much.